What's going on, man? Welcome to the locker room with
Kenji.
and Santiago. Today, I want to hit up on a topic about these hoodies, man. Just how people dress and how people perceive themselves. Not just hoodies, okay? I don't want to put it on just one thing. My thing is this: please, 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 please. If it's outside, you can dress accordingly outside. But once you're inside the mall, inside the stores, please take off the hoodies. I would ask you to pull your pants up, but you don't want to do that. You rather run around looking like you looking, okay? But my thing is if you're walking inside somewhere, as respect to anybody that's in there, why wouldn't you take off the hoodies? I see I saw this show. I saw this special with this guy that was in the mall, and he got harassed by, well, not harassed, but he got told by the security guards to take off the hood. He didn't want to take off the hood, so he got mad and had a whole fit. Tried to put it on videotape. And my whole thing is this: if you're dressing like you're dressing and you get treated like you treated, don't get mad. Don't get mad at the simple fact that you're looking like you're looking, and you can say it's racial profiling or whatever. Because you tell me this: if you see somebody, you were in the hood, and you see somebody walking down the street with a hoodie on, trying to cover his face up, because that's basically what a hoodie does inside. You're trying to cover your face up. Now, if you're outside and you're wearing a hoodie because it's cold and it's hot, you're putting it over to cover your ears, to cover your face. You're doing it for a purpose.
Right.
Please, ladies and gentlemen, because I've seen ladies do it too, and I'm kind of like, why are y'all wearing hoodies? I don't understand it. Can you please shed some light on the subject for me, please, Kenji?
Yeah, like I said. So I see your point, man. I definitely see your point where you're coming from. You know, this particular incident that you were speaking of, I didn't see it, but I kind of know what you're saying. Obviously, if you're, let's put it this way, you're a black man.
Black man.
And you walking in a vicinity where, like a mall.
Right.
And a security guard comes up to you and asks you to please remove your hoodie.
Right.
First and foremost, you remove your hoodie.
Right.
It's common sense. I don't want no problems. Don't need that kind of stress in my life right now.
Thank you.
Just take the hoodie off. I'm not going to invite turmoil. I'm not going to invite, harassment. So that situation could have been right there. Could have been over with. But we do have a responsibility to understand the environments we're in and understand that there are certain dress codes that go with that environment. If you step out of line, people are going to treat you a certain way. You can't walk up in the church looking like a stripper.
Right.
You just can't do it. They're going to treat you like one. They're going to escort you out the church. I know God said, come as you are. But you could have found something else to put on to come to church. You don't come to church in your long stockings with the little things attached to the pantyhose and your
chest like all out.
Chest out.
You can't do that.
That's not the way you're supposed to come to church.
That's not the way.
You
coming for a whole different reason.
Yeah. You're trying to get the pastor in trouble.
Thank you. Exactly.
That's what you're doing. But like my man said, if you're outside, perfect place to wear a hoodie, especially if you come off a little intimidating.
Right.
So let me get you the story. So last night, me and my lady, we out. We went for a late night stroll. Went to get our exercise in. So there was an opportunity for us to go out and walk together. So we walking through the neighborhood. Obviously, it's middle of December. It's a little chilly out. Even in Houston, it's a little chilly out. So I have my hoodie up. That's kind of what I do when I'm chilly, especially when I'm working out. So we walking and we find the walking trail.
You walking where?
Outside.
Outside. Okay. All right. Go ahead.
We outside.
Yes.
And we walking through a neighborhood that we don't normally walk through. We took a different route, went to see some different scenery, enjoying each other's company. So we walking through this walking trail, and obviously there's some Caucasian brothers and sisters.
Yes.
Walking down this trail as well. Usually elderly, walking their dogs and whatnot. And I'm not a small guy. I think I'm 6'1", 250 pounds, so I'm not a little guy at all.
Not at all. Believe me.
So,
not at all.
So I'm walking through, and then it dawned on me, because I speak to everybody as they walk by. I speak. But I see that some people are a little hesitant to speak back. When it kind of dawned on me, like, oh, hey, man, I'm a big black guy and I got on a hoodie. So to make that trip more pleasurable for myself and the people around me, I took my hoodie off. Now, nobody asked me to take the hoodie off. Nobody told me to take the hoodie off. The white people weren't running across the field away from me, But you can tell that this might look like an uncomfortable situation.
Right.
So I understood the environment I was in. And because I understood the environment and I didn't want to come off intimidating, please, I don't need to be shot.
Exactly.
Because I'm walking through a neighborhood that they don't normally see me walking through. So I removed the hoodie, and we had a pleasant walk and maintained our day. But I think the point my guy is making here is, understand the environment you're in. And if somebody comes and treats you a certain way because you're dressed a certain way in a certain environment, then you have to accept the responsibility that comes along with that. If you were walking through the mall, like he just pointed out, and you got on a hoodie, and you a black man, unfortunately, I'm not saying it's right, but that's what it is. That's the society we live in.
Well, you know what? White, black, Hispanic, it's all the same. If you walk in the mall,
that's
period. True. If you're a lady, they'll kind of give you a little,
you might have a bad
leeway. Yeah, they'll give you a little leeway.
But fellas,
yes,
black, white, Mexican, Hispanic, it don't really matter.
Young too.
Yeah, young ones. That's going to be cause for alarm. I'm not saying that you could be an upstanding citizen. You could be, a business owner or somebody well to do in the community. Just in that environment, some people are going to be cause for alarm, especially when an authority figure comes up to you and asks you, sir, could you please remove your hoodie? Why wouldn't you just remove the hoodie?
Yeah. Why is that so hard? Why is that so hard for people to have authority figures ask them or tell them, hey, can you do this or can you do that? Because you were talking about that and it made me think about another incident with the hoverboard stuff, where the dude was in the mall with the hoverboard. Why? I'm just tripping. I'm old. Maybe I'm an old guy and I don't understand it. Maybe because I can't ride one. I don't understand. If you're in the mall is for walking. Why are you running around in a semi-scooter?
Right.
If you can walk.
Usually in a congested area.
Exactly.
Usually congested.
And then the guy, the police officer, I don't know if he slapped him in the face or whatever, but he asked him to get off because that's how he was acting. Like the dude slapped him in the face. And I'm pretty sure people seen that. And I don't want to talk about that dude, but I'm just saying in general. What is so hard about doing the right thing? If you know that you're not supposed to be riding that in the mall, if you know that you're not supposed to have a hoodie in the mall, if you know that you're not supposed to do anywhere that you're not supposed to do it, and that's the thing, why not give people respect? I think that's what it is, Kenji. I think we don't respect people anymore.
Yeah.
I think we don't respect because I can go somewhere and I can walk in the store, especially the grocery store. Me and my kids, we go to the grocery store, and I make sure to let them know, hey, when you walk in front of somebody, you say, excuse me. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you talk to people, you look them in the face, you look them in the eye, and when you say thank you, you make sure you look them in the eye. Do you know how many times we go to the store and people will walk in front of us, old people, and not say excuse me? To me, that's disrespectful.
Right.
That is so disrespectful. So all our listeners, people, please, okay? Let's start this year as respecting people, respecting others, showing love, because that's what we need to do. We need to show each other love. And maybe things will work out a whole lot better. I know it's a lot of tension. There's a lot of stuff, especially here in Houston. But we are the ones that can change it. If I want to see the change in somebody else, I make sure it's in me first.
Right.
I say excuse me to people, and I don't care what color you are, because some people don't know what color I am, but it don't matter.
Right.
You say excuse me, sorry.
Common courtesy.
Common courtesy.
Just take responsibility. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
Yes.
And you just take responsibility for the environments that you is. I think like you said, we just have a little common courtesy from one another. Respect authority. I know sometimes authority figures come at you a little wrong, but you don't need to fuel that flame.
Right.
You can easily just throw some water on that, say no problem, bring no more stress into your life, and just keep it moving.
But look, if you say you're a God-fearing person, let God take care of it.
Right.
Let him take care of it. Please, don't try to go back and say, "Oh, I'm gonna take care of myself," and then when you get caught up, why am I in this situation, God? Because you ain't let him take care of it. That's what I'm talking about.
Right. So I'm with you, man. I'm with you. Let's do our part. Let's do our part to maintain some peace. Let's do our part to make sure that we're always dressing the way we want to be addressed. That was one thing a mentor told me. He said, dress the way you want to be addressed.
Yes. Break it down, Kenji, just in case they don't understand.
So
I'm not saying that they, slow, but I just need you to break it down real quick.
I mean, if you want people to treat you a certain way, your appearance is the first thing. That's your first impression.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I kind of bite against that for a while, but now, I'm kind of stepping in, growing up, maturing.
Right.
You got to mature, and you got to realize that certain environments you dress a certain way. So I want to be addressed as a man that's upstanding citizen, as a professional. So I dress that way.
Right.
And people, guess what? They treat me that way.
Right.
When I dress differently,
you don't get that same result.
I don't get that same reaction.
Okay.
And you just try it out for yourself.
Right.
People will treat you differently based on the way you dress.
Right.
That's the way it is. Not saying that it's right, but that's the way it is.
Well, if you think about it, imagine when you were younger and you were trying to get a little girl, not a little girl, but you're younger, so you trying to get a girl's eye.
Okay.
You're going to do certain things. You're going to dress a certain way. You're going to be nice. You're going to comb your hair. You're going to look nice, right?
I hope so.
Okay, same thing.
Right.
Same thing. It's just you don't know what that person that's going to walk in front of you can do for you.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't know what that person can do for you.
That's a big reason.
You can say, hey, excuse me, miss, you dropped this, or, just be polite. Because I guarantee you, when I'm on it and people are polite, like nowadays, and it's something small, but it's something my uncle told me a long time ago. When people are kind, especially children, I give them something. If I'm walking somewhere and a little kid tells me hi, and I didn't have to tell them hi, or I didn't tell them hi first, or just I see the light in them, shoot, if I have money on me, I give them a little something. Right. Just say, hey, look, buy your daughter, your son this, common courtesy. They told me hi. Right. And that's very rare. Right. Because the adults, people, especially when we say we're Christians, we're going to get on that. This is the locker room, baby. We're going to talk about everything. This is going to be real.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Don't call yourself Christian and you don't talk to nobody.
Right.
Don't call yourself Christian and you don't show no light. I don't know you Christian. You see what I'm saying?
Undercover.
Don't be an undercover Christian. Please, okay? People, understand. God made us to be a light. And the light is when in the darkness, you can see.
Right.
I can't see you if you don't speak to me.
Right.
If you walk in front of me and your face is frowning.
Right.
Are you happy? Tell your face that. Tell your face you're happy. You're walking around looking like you don't know that God's going to take care of everything.
Right.
Come on now.
Come on, man. Like I hear you just said, put a little joy in your heart, a little pep in your step, and let's get it on. Like I said, my man is totally on point. Like I said, so let's take the responsibility for the way you present yourself. If you present yourself in a certain way, in a certain manner, you can't get mad when people treat you the way you presented yourself.
Thank you.
That's it.
That's it. You know what? We want to hear what you got to say about it. So hit us up on Instagram, YouTube.
Comment box, post.
Everything. Facebook. Hit us up and we'll come back to this topic.
All right.
All right.
Locker room, baby.
Locker room.